Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi, and today is Shabbatite, January the 7th, 2000, 2023, so to speak. We are going to study the book, the Black Pullet, or La Poule Noire in French, which means the black chicken. A pullet is a female chicken, although the thumbnail show a black rooster. It's just for reference, and that's what it is. My apology, beloved, if you hear anything coming from outside, or if my voice is a little bit raspy. I mistakenly, I got oh boy, I took something. I took some medicine that was directed to take at bedtime. I forgot about the whole thing, so I might be a little bit drowsy. So this is the book. All right, La Poule Noire. It's in French. All right. So one thing is, I had a white one. I can't find this book anywhere. I misplaced it in the house. So I had to go back to Sister Maya and bought this. Okay. So she has probably five or four of them left. If anyone needs La Poule Noire, it's in French. Although some of you, well, most of you may not read French, they are in French, so to speak. Now, again, this is okay. This is a book that we are going to study, and in this book they talk about supernatural stuff, what you might refer as magic. Okay, if you're not about this thing, you may want to leave. One thing is full disclaimer and full disclosure: we will not tolerate any bully. We will not tolerate anybody coming over there and tell us what to do, what to read, and where we're going, and none of this nonsense. We will not tolerate any intimidation. Okay. Now, the book is called La. We might do a part two. Okay, because it's 70 pages, but there's a lot to go in there. La Poule Noire, ou Poule au oiseau d'or, which literally translate at the black pullet or the black chicken, or the chicken or the pullet that give the golden egg. Okay, the golden egg pullet, and it is from a former work called the Black Owl. Okay, the Black Owl. That's why you have a black owl and cover right here. Okay, okay. So it is said, oiseau merveilleux, moyen duquel on découvre immanquablement tout ce que la terre renferme de précieux. So it's literally translated as wonderful bird, or a marvelous bird that give the way of you to to discover remarkable secrets, remarkable precious secrets that is buried unto the earth. Okay. All right. La poule noire, avec la science des talismans et anneaux magiques, l'art de la nécromancie et de la cabale, pour conjurer les esprits aériens et infernaux, les sylphes, les ondins, les noms, acquérir la connaissance des sciences secrètes, découvrir les trésors et obtenir le pouvoir de commander les êtres et de jouer tous les maléfices et sorts légaux. It literally said, within the science of talisman and rings, magical rings, okay, the art of necromancy and the Kabbalah, okay, to conjure the spirit, the air, the spirit from the air, okay, the spirit from hell, the less the sylph, all right, which the mean the fairies, okay, the undine, aka the mermaids, the gnomes, the spirit that are on this earth, all the four element, okay. So this has the power to do. This is a very powerful book. And this book is written in codex, all right. So um I'm just going to try to translate this as I'm going. After they said here, um, based on what Socrates and Pythagoras and Plato, son of the great Aomais, and other philosopher, um, of the other philosophers that the other books talk about, and one of the massive amount of fire that happened in the library of the Ptolemy, and one of those manuscript, okay, was translated to Mizobu, Jabamis, Deshuras, Nehemiah, Judahim, Risad, and this book. So those are names of secret books, I believe. Mezabu, Jabamis, the Shusuras, Nehemiah, Judain, and Risahad. So out of all those books, there was a great fire that happened in this. They call those like the Atlantean library, so to speak. That's why. Give me a second. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so a second. They said when that great fire happened, few of those books were saved, including this one. Now, this is, of course, every time you're reading a book, they give you a foreword, like a warning of or forewarning. They give you the disclaimer. They give you the disclosure. Okay, so this is the disclaimer. Okay, before we are getting into this matter, and then to get acquaintance to before the reader get acquaintance to this profound science, which is still today, uh, people are still researching them. Uh, People are still doing research, which is the most profound meditation, and then they still don't have the full answer of this science. Uh, I must I must discover the comet that the secrets, I must reveal the way that the secrets was transmitted unto me. Okay. Um, and before like the divine providence has given unto me before everything in my head go, you know, evaporated. So the reader, the man that wrote this book, he said that before he go into the science that so many people been research and things, he must tell you how he received this science from the divine providence before he forgot about it, before he leave his mind. Okay. Before he leaves his mind, and um this science helped him save his life in the greatest danger that he was this. Okay. um suffisant de la volonté que je sens, le dernier être et pour précipiter dans les nuées ceux qui ont rejeté la toute-puissance sur la terre. Okay. Saying the science, they got all the power of the earth, okay? Power, like the literary earth, okay, that is in there, the power that is because well, I'll explain that later, okay? So Who came, ok, tout nous vient donc de Dieu, Dieu est tout et sans Dieu il n'y a plus peut exister. C'est where who is God? He said everything is the mighty one. Without the mighty one, nothing exists. That's what he said here. Everything from the Holy One. Without him, nothing exists. Technically, he said without the Holy One there's nothing. You cannot affect anything. You have to bow down and pay homage to him first. If you try to skip and nothing won't work if you do not acknowledge that the Holy One that created the heaven, the earth, and everything in it exists, then it won't work for you. Okay. So he said, in this book, you're about to discover some sacred things you must believe. Because your belief, your faith, intuition, if it's not activated, if you don't truly believe it, your thing won't work. That's why a lot of things don't work for people because they don't believe it. Okay. Technically, what he said, don't try, just do. Okay. Now, the story begins. The story began, okay? This is a story, brethren. The way the book is written like a story, all right? Je fais partie de l'expédition d'Égypte, officier dans l'année du génie. Je fus témoin des succès des renvers de cette armée, qui, victorieuse, obligée de céder à la force des événements et des circonstances, se couvre toujours de gloire. Qu'on on ne s'attend point à trouver ici aucun délai que tienne cette mémorable campagne que je rapporterai qu'un seul trait qui me touche et qui est nécessaire. All right. So he said he was part of an army. Okay, he was part of an army that went to Egypt. All right, for an expedition. A French army. Okay, he was. Well, he haven't said it yet, but in the next page you will find out who he was in this army. So there was an expedition back then that was they sent them to Egypt to. I believe they went to fought the Egyptian army, which they won. So they went over there to investigate. All right. J'avais ok. J'avais été envoyé par le général sous les ordres duquel je me trouvais pour lever le plan des pyramides. Il m'avait été donné une escorte de quelques chasseurs à cheval et j'arrivais avec eux à ma destination sans éprouver aucun accident ni sans rien prévoir qui put me faire présager le sort du funeste qui nous attendait. So, he said here, he was sent by the general, okay, in order, they sent him by order to go ahead to the pyramid to find the plan, to find what is the proper way, the proper word if you're a construction worker, to when you get like, well, I'll say the schematic of the pyramid. He need to go over there, investigate, and see how the pyramid is built, and bring back the plan, and construction. There is a proper way to call it, the blueprint of the pyramid. Is that what that is? Is that the blueprint? Yes, it was sent to investigate the pyramid and to bring the blueprint onto the general of the army. Nous avions mis pied à terre, but they gave him a group of men on the back of the horses, and then he went over there. He got there with his group of people. Okay, they were a small army. They were like probably, well, he say how many men, but it was a group of them that they sent on an expedition to go over there to get the plan for the pyramid, the blueprint and stuff, to bring it back to the general of the army. Nous avions mis pied à terre auprès des pyramides, nos chevaux étaient au piquet, assis sur le sable, sous pression la faim qui nous tormentait. So they arrived over there. The horses were like out of breath, and the guys were tired because they've been running so fast. And then they get off their horses and they sit on the sand. They sit right next to the pyramid. They arrive to their destination, and then they sit there, and then they are very hungry, and then they sit there resting before they go inside of the pyramid and make their investigation, so to speak. La gaieté française a sonné les mains qui composaient ce repas frugal. Il était sur le point de se terminer et j'allais m'occuper de mon travail lorsqu'un coup, une horde d'Arabes du désert tomba sur nous. He said that, because they were hungry, they Siri, please stop. Ah. So they say because they were over there, they were hungry, and then they stopped. They cook a little food, a little, not that more frugal. Okay, somebody define that word frugal. A little, small stuff, enough to fill you up. And then while they were happy that they made it, eat a little food, and out of nowhere, in a drop of a second, a horde of Arab men, another cavalry. Is that what it is? Cavalry. Another cavalry came in. A bunch of Arab men came in with guns and swords and bow and arrow come upon them. Nous n'avons pas le temps de nous mettre en défense. Les coups de sable pleuvent sur nous. Les balles sifflent. Je reçois plusieurs blessures. Des malheureux compagnons d'infortune sont couchés sur le sable ou morts ou expirants. Et nos cruels ennemis, après nous, envoient enlever nos âmes et nos habits, s'emparent de nos cheveux et disparaissent avec la rapidité de l'éclair. He said here, they didn't even have, it happened so fast. They didn't have time to defend themselves. All they saw the swords are raining upon them. They saw the bullets are ravaging. He got hit multiple times. When he fell, he was bleeding to death. He looked around him. He saw his men. Either they are dead or they are about to be dying. They were bleeding. And the Arabs' men, he cut off their hair and then take everything that they had and steal their horses, and they left like a lightning strike or lightning streak. They left so fast. The thing happened while they were eating and stuff, and then those Arab men come out of nowhere, and then they jump on them, they beat and kill and shoot and cut them off, cut their hair, then plunge their saber onto them and kill them, and then they gone. But he got hurt pretty bad. He got shot. He's on his way home. He's on his way to die. Okay. Parmi les morts, je restais quelque temps dans un état d'anéantissement vis-à-vis de la mer. Enfin, reprenant un peu mes forces, je me soulèverai avec peine. J'avais 2 coups de sabre sur la tête et sur le bras gauche. Je regardais autour de moi et je vis que des cadavres, du ciel brûlant, un sable aride, un désert immense. This is where things get a little bit interesting. In the midst of the dead bodies, he was trying to get to safety because he received some blow. He said, I stay in a state of suspension, so to speak, vis-a-vis to the sea. He said, I was facing the beach. Now, if this dude is in Egypt, they sent him to get the blueprint of the pyramid. He was sitting next to the pyramid. Next thing you know, he's talking about the sea. When you go to Egypt, whatever Egypt that they told us, the Egypt in Africa, there is no sea close to the pyramid. What the hell this dude was? Which land he's talking about? Which Egypt? He said he was facing the sea, like facing. You see, the when you say facing the sea, it means a direction. That means whatever Egypt that they are giving us over there in Africa, that's not what that is. And you're talking about bullets, guns. It's something that is very recent. Well, when it comes to chattel slavery and all that, it is recent. Slavery wasn't that long ago, Brethren. It's very recent. How he's talking about he's like he's facing the sea, try to get up, and then he received two swords in the midst of his head. They hit him two times. They tried to cut his head. They hit him with the first hit, which cut his head. They hit him on the second one, and they shot him. Okay. He said, I have two slices of saber. They hit me twice in the head, and then they hit me on my left arm. And then when he looked around himself, he saw nothing but cadaver. Thank you. Sounds like he's talking about the Egypt and South America, Peru, and the other Jerusalem or Israel. Yes. That's why they don't want you to read a book like this as well. It's witchcraft. Don't be reading this. So wait a minute. This dude is what the hell is this? And the translation, brethren, is backward. Okay. All right. So he received two swords in the midst of his head, one on his left side, and when he look around, he see nothing but cadaver. Somebody define the word cadaver. Okay. And he saw nothing but cadaver, and the sky, the sun was blazing hot. The sand, was like so dry and hot, and then the desert was vast, immense. Okay, all right. Now he felt a death silence. Okay, cadaver mean corpse, dead bodies all over. Okay, when he look at his companion, his soldiers, and the people that he was coming to the expedition. They all lying down. They all die. Some of them was dying, and then they're coughing blood. And he looked out towards the sea. He saw the sun blazing, and the desert is very vast. And then he turned around. He felt a death silence. You know, when you come with a crew of people sitting there laughing and eating and stuff like that, all of a sudden, in a fraction of a second, there's a death silence, blood, people are coughing, and they all die. Et l'espoir d'un mort certain et cruel. And he felt the despair of death is upon him. The cruel despair of death is certain. He know for a fact he won't make it because he got caught in the head. He got hit in the head with a saber, aka a sword, and then he got caught in the left side. He was dying. He know for a fact there's no way I can make it. So he lie down and then waiting until his blood run out or his time run out. Je m'y résignais en disant adieu à patrie et à mes parents et à mes amis. Invoque le ciel et je me traînais au pied de la pyramide et le sang qui me coulait avec l'abondance de mes blessures, rougissant le sable, lequel je rampant et qui devait bientôt être mon tombeau. He said, I make peace with myself. I said, adieu, goodbye to my country. I say love and respect goodbye to my mother, to my family. And I look up the heaven and I ask for forgiveness from the mighty one. And then I crawl out of the sin to get close to the pyramid. My blood was flowing, which mixed with the sand, which make the whole trace look like a paste of like it looked like some kind of like flour mixing. Well, when I mean flour, not flour, but the cooking flour mixed with some kind of red colory food. It's just his blood was mixing with the sand, and then he's just like he's just ramping on his belly like a clay, like a red clay, and then he's getting closer to the pyramid so he can lay his back, lay his head upon the rocks of the pyramid that will soon becoming his tomb because he knows he's going to die. So he crawl, he crawl, and then he get to the pyramid. He leaned down, he leaned back, and then he's making his peace. Okay, he's a patriot. Okay, and then he said he loved France. He loved the Most High God. He said he saw it to his mom, to all the. He just accepted that this is death. That's it. Arrivé au pied d'une de ces merveilles du monde, je me mis sur mon séant et appuyé sur cette masse énorme qui avait déjà vu s'écouler 40 siècles et qui devait encore en voir plusieurs disparaître, je songeais au néant de mon existence qu'il allait bientôt finir ainsi que le jour qui touchait à sa fin, car le soleil radieux était sur le point de plonger dans l'océan. He said, I finally made it. What a marvelous piece of work. The blocks were so huge. This thing is at least 40,000 years old. Yet he come and stay next to it. And then he literally said, I've seen my life flashing before me. He said while he's seeing his life flashing before him, he can see the sun going down in the sea. Okay? Listen, he said, let me read it. He said, bientôt finir, ainsi que le jour qui touchait à sa fin, car le soleil radieux, which means the radiant sun, était sur le point de plonger dans l'océan, was in the point to plunge in the ocean. How you are in Egypt, you are kneeling on the pyramid and you can see the sunset going into the ocean. Where is this Egypt? The pyramid is nowhere near the ocean where they tell us. So he must have been, quote unquote, most likely being in the fourth part, which here, either in South America or in California, because when you are here, the only places when you're on the fourth part, you can see the sun going down in the sea is only when you are in the West Coast. Either he was in Peru or in the west side of the United States, or from all the way up from Canada to South America, he was somewhere in the west side because he can see the quote unquote the sun diving into the ocean. You cannot see this if you're over there in quote unquote Egypt. He must have been over here. Astre brillant, reçois mes adieux, dis-je avec émotion. Mes yeux ne te reverront plus, ta lumière bienfaisante ne m'éclairera plus. Adieu. He said, star, shining stars, receive my farewell. He said, I say this with emotion. Siri, please stop. This thing, man. He said, "Star, brilliant star, shining star, receive my farewell. I'm about to go home now. My eyes will no longer see you. May your beautiful lights, I will never see your beautiful light shining again. Farewell." And he died. Comme je prononçais cet adieu que je croyais éternel, il disparut à la nuit, vient le replacer et couvrir l'univers des sombres voiles. He said, right after he said this, the sun go down and the vast darkness came in, and the day is no more, and then there is night. The stars came in. Everybody around him are dead, and he's on his way out. He say farewell to the sun. Say, my eyes will never see your beautiful rays anymore. This is the last time I ever seen you. This is the last sunset of my life. And I thank you for everything. Farewell now. And the sun go down, the night begin. Then again, back then, of course, in that time, they did not have quote unquote, well, they did have electricity, but the skies wasn't polluted with electricity. Now, when the sun go down, it really don't make that much of a difference because the lights in the street come on. But back then, when you don't have all this light pollution, the moment the sun go down, it's dark, and the stars appear. It's dark. Okay, then the sun go down. It is dark. J'étais absorbé dans les plus tristes réflexions lorsqu'un bruit léger se fit entendre à quelques pas de moi. Une dalle de pierre se détacha de la pyramide et tomba sur le sable. He said, I was absorbed in the most saddest melancholy of reflection. He was reflecting on his life. And he when people say they had the melancholy, the sadness, they are reflecting like how messed up their life was. And when you're about to die, you're like, man, I'm gonna die here. Yo, I haven't done anything. I'm gonna die here. While he's saying this, he heard a noise, which is a few steps next to him. So he turned around. He saw this massive rock of black in the pyramid that is moving by itself. And he heard the grinding of the rock moving. Je me tournai de ses côtés et à la clarté d'un petit fanal qu'il porta dans sa main, j'aperçus un vieillard vénérable qui sortait de la pyramide. Une barbe blanche tombait sur la poitrine, un turban recouvrait sa tête et le reste de son costume m'annonça. He said, when I turn around and I look, the giant block of rock move, and I saw a light in the hand of a person. When the person getting close unto me, it appeared to be a very old man that had a long white beard that fell on his chest. And he has a turban. He had a cap on his head. And he had some kind of, the same crap you see I'm wearing. And he was walking and coming towards me. Oops. Hang on. Oh, all right. A turban, et reste de son costume, and then Manasseh. Here we go. When I look, oh boy, when I look at his Dress code, when I look at his thread, like the two-third will say. When I look at his fresh, when he's walking towards me. When I look at his fresh, let me read it. Il jeta les yeux autour de lui et avança quelque part. Il heurta contre le cadavre d'un de mes malheureux compagnons d'infortune. Okay? So the old man came out with a little light in his hand, a little lantern, so to speak. He had a lantern in his hand, and then it's night, so he's looking around, see what's going on, and he saw all those dead bodies out there. So he run towards one, and then he check it, he shake it. He's like, "Are you alive?" This one is dead. He moved to the next one. "Hey, can you hear me?" This one is dead. Okay, and then he see the old man doing that. Au ciel, dit en langue turque un homme. Il se baissa, en français, il est mort. Il leva les yeux au ciel en disant, "Oh Allah." The old man, when he first reached the first dead body, he said, and he's well, they say he was speaking Turkish, so to speak. He said in a language, and in the language, in the Turkish language, that's what he said. He said, "Amen, a Frenchman, he is dead. Oh Allah." And then he went and checked. That's what the old man said. Il découvrit ensuite les autres. Il examine avec attention s'il en rencontrait pas un qui respira encore et pour s'en s'assurer. Je voyais sa main qui se portait vers les régions du cœur. Ce bon vieillard reconnaissait qu'il avait tout cessé de vivre, poussant un gémissant douloureux, et les larmes s'éloigneront des joues. So he's going around touching them with his hand upon his heart, crying and lamenting over the dead bodies and checking if he can see if anybody's alive, because it was a massacre. He was crying. You can hear his mourning. He was in pain. Il allait retourner sur ses pas et rentrer dans la pyramide. Je le désir de conserver mes jours, je fis sentir. J'avais déjà fait le sacrifice de ma vie, mais l'espérance rentra dans mon cœur et rassemblant toutes mes forces, et je l'appelais. He said, the old man was so distraught, and he turned around in sadness. He walked towards the entrance of the pyramid because he could not keep on going and check all the bodies. He's just assuming all the bodies were dead. So he went in back inside the pyramid. So the captain, which was half dead, he already made peace with himself. He already accepted his death. Now that he see the old man came out and checked the bodies, because he already bled to death. He did not have any strength. The fact that he saw these men checking the dead bodies, he felt something come onto him. An instant jolt of hope came upon him. And then he screamed for the old man. He said, "Hey!" So the old man stopped. He already got inside the pyramid. So the old man stopped and turned around. He heard him. Il m'entendit et tournant son fanal de mon côté, il m'aperçut et s'avança vers moi et me demande la main. Je la saisissais et la pressais sur mes lèvres. The old man stopped. He turned around with the lantern, and then he walked towards the voice, and then he saw him bleeding, leaning against the pyramid, and the old man extended his hand unto him. He grabbed the old man's hand and he kissed it. Again, that's a sign of thank you, a sign of respect and stuff. He kissed the old man's hand. Well, they say that I press it. This is French, man. You're gonna have to know what they're saying. He literally, that's not what the translation said. He said, I press his hand upon my lips, which is mean kissing. but they say it that way because they don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. They say, oh, I kiss his hand. No, I press his hand upon my lips. Thank you, things like that. So, il vit que j'étais blessé, que le sang coulait de la blessure que j'avais à la tête. Il posa sa lanterne à terre et détacha sa ceinture. Il m'en couvrit le fond. Il m'aida ensuite à me relever. Excuse me. Jamais perdu beaucoup de sang. J'étais d'une faiblesse extrême. J'avais peine de me soutenir. He said the old man see that he was bleeding to death. Okay. He said that he saw the blood was coming out of his head so fast. And then he put down his lantern. Okay. He take from his loin, he took like a belt. Well, he took his girdle. Okay. A girdle, like a belt, but that's how they used to call girdle back then. That's why they said the zone girdling the earth. He took something like that, but it's bigger that around his something that wrap around his loin. Okay, that's you already see some of your shop here. You'll see this. He was a priest. He was one of the high priests. That's what the priests were. He wore a belt. He took this piece of cloth that is wrapped around his loins, his waist. Okay, he took it off and wrapped the head of the man and push it to apply pressure so the body would not bleed, so it won't bleed to death. The man say he bled so much that he had a weakness so extreme he could not stand. So the old man took his hand, he wrapped around his neck, and then grab him by his waist, okay, and then lift him up, and they were walking, going inside the pyramid. Excuse me. Il me mit son fanal dans la main, puis me prenant dans ses bras, il me porta près l'ouverture de la pyramide par lesquelles. Oh boy, that medicine really kick in now. Excuse me. Ses bras, il me porta près l'ouverture de la pyramide par laquelle il était sorti. Il me déposa doucement sur le sable et me serra affectueusement la main et me fit entendre par un signe qu'il avait entré dans la pyramide et revenir promptement. So he said, the old man took him and they walked slowly, and they got inside the pyramid. The old man put him gently down, and the old man make a sign that, hey, we are inside now. You are safe. Je rendais grâce au ciel de ce secours inespéré qu'il m'envoyait lorsque le vieillard reparut tenant à sa main un flacon. He said, I thank the heaven. I thank God for sending me this help that literally saved my life. Remember, when he was dying, he told the son. He talked to Shemesh. When he literally, this is gonna come out wrong. He literally died at the right time because he died when the son was dying. Before the son died, the son gave him its life. The son transferred the life unto him, and then he leave. That's what Shemesh does. There's a saying to say, if you see the sunset while you're dying, you can't die. Okay. Well, some bull that I made up. Don't be looking it up. So the son heard him, take the energy, give it to the mighty one. He had a second chance. And he said he blessed the heaven when you see the old man left and then come back with something like this. A little, well, in French you say flacon. I forgot the name of this. A flask. A little flask. Okay, the old man come back to him with a little flask that has a liquid just like that. Le vieillard reparut tenant à sa main un flacon, un flasque. Il ôta le bouchon, He took up the cap, il ôta le bouchon, puis il versa quelques gouttes de liqueur de me la donner à boire. Un parfum délicieux se répandit autour de moi. À peine cette liqueur divine, elle pénètre dans mon estomac, que je me sentirai naître et que j'ai assez de force pour rentrer dans la pyramide avec mon bienfaisant et généreux conducteur. He said, when the old man came, Siri, please stop listening.
Sorry, I can't do that.
I don't give a crap. Please turn off. Siri, I'm not playing. Cancel. This thing don't want me. Siri, stop it. Stop it now. Well, anyway. So, he said when the old man came back with the flask in his hand, he removed the cap. He put a little drop. He put some of the drop in his mouth. He said the moment the old man did this, he can feel a nice smell, a nice perfume around him. The smell of this thing is so beautiful. It's so good that it impregnated the whole room. It felt like the whole room is embalmed with this smell, this beautiful perfume. And when he drank it, right after he drank it, he felt like his life come back unto him, his strength come back instantly. And then he stand up, and then he felt like, yo, that now he can proceed and get further inside with all his spirit and soul and unto him. Okay? Nous arrêtâmes. Okay, it's very bad, brethren. You won't be able to see it. The printing is very bad. But anyway, nous arrêtâmes un instant. Il fit replacer la pierre qui était tombée. Il la sugit avec une barre de fer. Ensuite, il me prit par le bras et nous descendons dans une pente assez douce dans l'intérieur de la pyramide. He said that they stopped for an instant. And the old man used an iron bar to close the door of the pyramid. Once they closed the door of the pyramid, and then the old man took it. Now he can stand up, okay? All right? So he can stand up. Let me see. Below, I have the book in English. What page around? It's not in English. I'm reading the French version. It's pretty much the same, but the translation is mangled. But anyway, mostly my translation. So the old man put his hand around his neck, and then he's getting to him. They are descending and apart inside of the pyramid. They are going under the pyramid. They are inside though, but they are going somewhat in the direction of an basement. Okay. Après avoir marché quelque temps par le même chemin qui faisait plusieurs sinuosités, I have no idea what that word is, nous arrivâmes à une porte they are using like King James Version French, so it's very backward to me. Nous arrivâmes à une porte qui n'ouvra pas un secret. Il la referma avec soin et ayant traversé une salle immense, nous entrâmes dans une autre pièce. Une lampe était suspendue à la voûte. Il y a une table couverte de livres, plusieurs sièges à l'orientale et un lit de repos. Le bon vieillard m'y conduisit, me fit asseoir et poussant la lanterne sur la table, il couvrit une espèce d'armoire où il tira plusieurs vases. So he said, when they go down there, he walked for a little while because he got really sick. I mean, he's bleeding and stuff. He's dying, but the potion that the old man give him a little life. So the old man came to a door. He made some type of secret sign, and the door opened by himself. And when he got in there, he saw a lamp that is suspended in the middle of the room. That is the lightning of this lamp is literally all over the place. He can see clearly. He's talking about a light bulb, okay? But anyway, he said he saw this lamp that shined the whole area, and then the old man took him and then put him to he saw a bed that already made, and he saw a table that has many books upon it, and then the old man put him sitting down, and then the old man go to one of those big it's how do they call this thing again? I'm trying to make the translation from Latin to French and to English. What is that movie called? Narnia. You see that thing that they get into and then they appear in another world. I forgot why this word escaped me. It's a giant thing. Women have it in their room. They put clothes in there, and there's a proper name for this thing. Wardrobe. There we go. Man, really? All right, wardrobe. So there's a giant wardrobe. Armoire. Yes, that's what they say in French, armoire, but this for them is freaking translated as wardrobe. But the wardrobe, okay, il couvrit une espèce d'armoire. There was a giant wardrobe that like he covered that has a bunch of vases on it. Okay, vases, like vase. Okay. Il s'approcha de moi et m'invita à quitter mes vêtements avec une attention, une complaisance dont on trouverait difficilement un second modèle. Et après avoir examiné mes blessures, il mit un premier appareil avec plusieurs baumes renfermés dans ces vases dont j'ai déjà parlé. Now, the old man go to the wardrobe. He took one of the vase, all right? He told him to remove his clothes. So he removed his clothes. The old man can see where he got hurt, where the wounds were. So in one of those vase, there's some kind of balm, some kind of pomade, some kind of like ointment. So the old man took this ointment and anointed the wound that he had on him and wrap it around, as like it's healing him, like they do in the hospital, so to speak. Okay, all right. À peine furent-ils appliqués sur mes bras et ma tête que les douleurs me clamèrent. He said, the moment this old man put the balm upon my wound in my left side and in my head, I feel instantly well. I just, boom, the pain is gone. So the moment this happened, I feel really nice. The pain is gone. Il m'invita à m'étendre sur le lit de repos et bientôt le sommeil bienfaisant. And the old man said, come, lie yourself down here. And then he lie himself, and then slowly but surely he's falling asleep. His life came back to him with the flask of this perfume. He put the balm pomade on his wound, closed the room, and he lie down and get some rest. Et je réparateur vint s'appentir sur mes paupières et je goûtais toutes les douceurs. He said, I close my eyes so slow and I can feel the sweetness of the healing that are going around my body and I fall asleep. You fall asleep. Lorsque je me réveillais, je regardais autour de moi et je vis le bon vieillard assis à mes côtés et que je n'avais pas voulu prendre de repos tandis que je dormais, tant il craignait que je n'eusse besoin de secours. Je lui en témoignais toute ma reconnaissance par les signes les plus expressifs. Il me fit entendre de la même manière que je vais rester tranquille. He said, I woke up. After a while, and I turned over, I saw the old man sitting next to me. So I sit up and I trying to tell him what I'm trying, because he doesn't speak the old man language. So he's using his hand to communicate and try to explain the event and stuff. The old man understand him. The old man make a gesture that he need to rest. The old man say, "You need to rest, son. You got injured. You were dead." And this man, they were talking, and he trying to tell to the old man. Il me donna une nouvelle portion de ce cordiaux dont j'avais déjà éprouvé les effets. Ensuite, il me regarda avec une extrême attention et reconnaissant qu'il n'y avait rien à craindre pour ma vie, il me serra affectueusement dans la main et se coucha sur mes coussins qui étaient de l'autre côté de la chambre où nous étions. Et bientôt, il l'entendit qui dormait d'un sommeil aussi profond, paisible. He said, when he was talking, Siri, please stop listening.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
No. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, you see, I lost where I was. I'm speaking French. Why is this thing keep picking up map? I'm not even ordering anything. Is that what that is? Is that how you scumbag or spying on Big Levi because you don't understand what I'm saying? Is that what that thing is trying to order a French book and what I didn't even say the name. I was just anyway. I'm not lost where I was. What was I saying? Yes, il me donna une nouvelle portion à ce côté. So he said the old man came back and give him another flask, another potion, okay, another drop of his thing that he don't really love because this thing is good. And then the old man give him another one, a different one though. And then the old man put the thing back and he walked. There was another couch, so to speak, another bed that was across where he was sitting, and the old man lie down, and the old man went to sleep. And you can see that he fall asleep to a deep sleep because he was up all night, brethren, looking for alive body that are alive, and he stay all night next to the dude. And then before he go to sleep, he look at the man, he shake his hand, and the man feel like he know for a fact I will survive. Nothing's gonna happen to me right after I drink this. It was a whole long night, but he gave me something that he know for a fact that I will survive. I will live for the next morning. Now it's time for him to go to sleep. So he went to the other bed that was across the room, and then he went to sleep, into a deep sleep. Oh, bienfaisance, disais-je en moi-même, tu es la vertu par excellence et une émanation pure de la divinité. Tu réunis, tu rapproches les humains et tu leur fais oublier les mots auxquels ils sont en proie. Partout, par toi, ils renaissent au bonheur. Au plus tôt, tu es ce bon bonheur, tu es ce bon honneur, objet de tous les vœux, de tous les cœurs désirs. All right, this is poetic right there. I'm gonna try to do my best to translate this. So this is him speaking. When you see the old man going to sleep, he said, "Oh, what a good will! What a good thing!" I said to myself. Virtue is by excellence an emanation pure from the divine one that reunite and bring human together and make them forget the horrible life they fall prey unto. By virtue, by this great virtue, he's talking about righteousness, okay? By this great virtue, okay, all the object that is around is subject to our wish, is subject to our will. He is talking about like the Bible gives this thing a horrible name. They call it the Good Samaritan. Or in fact, the Samaritan were horrible people, man. And the guy that they're calling a good Samaritan wasn't a freaking good Samaritan. He was one of us that was living in the city of Samaria. But all the Samaritans, they were known as scumbags. And he said, "Man, what is this virtue, the righteousness that is in righteousness bring us human being together. It make us forget about that horrible life we fell prey onto and stuff like that. That's how the French speak, you know. So anyway, mon hôte fit un mouvement et se leva. Il vint à moi sourire en me voyant dans un état de calme et de tranquillité, qui ne lui laissait aucune crainte sur mon existence. Il me fit entendre qu'il allait me quitter pour sortir de la pyramide et voir que je passais au dehors. Il apporta près de moi ce qu'il jugera m'être nécessaire, si je pouvais quelques besoins me laisser au seul. So he saw the old man wake up and then come unto him and then smile and then he walk around and trying to get out of the pyramid. Okay, excuse me. Jusqu'à ce moment, je n'avais fait aucune réflexion sur tout ce qui, excuse me, sur tout ce qui se m'avait arrivé et sur le suite de ces événements. He said, until now, even until now, he haven't reflect upon what the hell happened to him. Why did this thing happen? How on earth did it happen? Okay, and why this thing happened and all the events that happened after that. Okay, je me trouvais en sûreté dans ce souterrain. Je n'avais aucune inquiétude relativement à mon hôte. Moi, enfin, il faudra bien finir par le quitter après ma guérison et je redonne l'armée. He said, I didn't even, up until now, I didn't even think about what happened. How did it happen? I felt complete. I felt complete peace. I felt completely safe. I worry nothing when I'm under the subterranean pyramid with this guy. He said, I have no worry. However, I must tell him, thank you, regain my strength, and go back to the army. I gotta go back and rejoin the group. I have to regroup. But he felt nothing. Cette idée m'occupait lorsque je vis rentrer le vieillard. Il me fit comprendre que plusieurs corps d'Arabes et de Malélousses parcouraient la plaine, qu'il les avait aperçus sans être vus parce que sa retraite était impénétrable à tous les regards. Qu'il aurait soin de moi, qu'il me regardait comme son fils et me pouvait me livrer à plus grande sécurité. He said, when he realized that he had no worry about death anymore, he didn't even think about it. All he felt complete safety. Now he saw the old man come back, okay? And the old man talked to him. The old man said, he went outside. He saw there were many Arabs, so to speak, running around double checking, okay? But the Arabs could not see him because he was hiding. Plus, his place is a freaking fortress. They can't move the stones because the giant rocks, they can't move them because they are very heavy, and you cannot move them like that. And then he said, he looked upon him. He said, don't worry, I will look after you until you get right, until you get good, until you recover fully, because I look to you like a son. I look upon you like my own son, okay? Je lui témoignais toute ma reconnaissance. Il en parut satisfait. Et comment j'avais l'air mécontent de ne me pouvoir m'exprimer que par signe. Il m'apporta un livre en m'indiquant avec son secours, nous pourrions bientôt nous communiquer mutuellement nos pensées. So he said, I have testified before him. I have tell him all that befall me, everything that I could remember. I have telling him how we got there, how we got attacked, and how he saved me, and all that stuff. And then he said he couldn't say it in a fair language. He was communicate with, well, not sign language, but the language, bodily language. What that is, body language. He was communicate with, they killed me, shoot, and I got hit in there. He was using his body to communicate. But the old man stand up. He went and get a book. He gave him the book. He said, "Soon we will." Let's stop. There we go. And the old man gave him the book, and the old man said, "Soon we will be able to communicate our thoughts." Now, listen, brethren. He says, "Soon we will be able to communicate our thoughts." Not our tongue, not our language, but our thoughts. For those of you that are sharp, you got your sword in your hand, you know what he meant. La carrière, what, is that what that is? Oh, okay, all right. La carrière que j'avais suivie depuis mon enfance m'avait familiarisé avec la méditation, jamais l'étude, et je fus bientôt en état de me faire entendre de mon généreux vieillard. Il mettait d'ailleurs une telle complaisance dans les leçons qu'il me donna qu'avec moi de bonne volonté, un autre fait de progrès, je passe tout silence, tout ce qui est relatif à la nouvelle éducation. So, he said here, and his entire life, ever since he went to school, ever since he was a little kid, he was familiar with meditation, but not this type of meditation. He said, never the study, he never studied something like this. The things that he was hearing from the old man. Siri, stop.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Oh boy. The old man was, explaining certain things. He said this thing was way above his pay grade. This is some next level hash. All right? Mon entière guérison et ma convalescence furent plus longues que je l'aurais cru. Well, I can see this word. It's not. Mon hôte sortait de temps en temps pour savoir qui se passait. Il était dans une ignorance absolue des événements de la terre. So he said, my entire recovery, he said, my entire recovery take a lot longer than I thought. He said the old man, he passed a few days and days and days. He said the old man come to his room very often, but he's clueless on what's going on outside the world. He has no idea, so to speak, of the events that are going out there. It seems like this old man haven't get out of this place in a very long time. He's very clueless about what's going on out there. But he keep coming and then questioning him, say everything all right. Here's this, here's that, okay? Enfin, un jour, il fut plus longtemps qu'à l'ordinaire et à son retour, il m'apprit que l'armée française avait évacué l'Égypte, que je resterais avec lui, qu'il me ferait oublier par sa tendresse et son amitié mon espèce de captivité, que mon sort ne serait pas aussi cruel que je pouvais le penser. qu'il m'apprendrait des choses qui m'étonneraient et m'introduisent et que je n'aurais rien à désirer de côté de la fortune. Bam! Oh, there you go. He said, the old man, he's investigating, going left and right and get out of the pyramid and come back. He said, one day he came back. He said, I have investigated. The French army had evacuated Egypt. He said, because they evacuated, forgive me that I kept you here too long, as in, quote unquote, in captive. I will teach you a wisdom. I will teach you knowledge. That so-called fortune, so-called money, financial economy will not, those things will be useless to you. I will teach you things that are beyond anything you possibly ever put your hands on, ever known. I will initiate you into the secrets of the ages. I will introduce you to the knowledge of knowledge. Of course, the old man, for those of you who know, he was a high priest, for the way that he was dressing, the whole things. Okay. Now, the analysis here, beloved brothers and sisters, you see how he said the French army has evacuated Egypt. Now, he could have literally, give me a second, okay? We got to pick up on the word, all right, to see exactly what they are saying here. Excuse me. He said the French army has evacuated Egypt. Now, the word evacuate, brethren, you see, it's, okay, there is a big difference between the words evacuate and leaving, all right? When you evacuated a place, that means there's a present danger there. There's something that push you to leave. It's a form of you are pushed to leave. You left because the area is not safe. You have to mitigate. You have to get out of here. You have to evacuate. Okay, he could have literally said the French army left the area, or they retreat, or they get the support. No, they evacuate. If you know a little bit of history, okay, all right, okay, evacuate, remove someone from a place of danger to a safer place, okay? So the French army evacuate. If they evacuate, like if you know a little bit of history, okay, Louisiana Purchase, you know a little history, you know that the entire continent of, well, not continent, the entire country of Canada was ruled by the French. Most of the so-called United States was for the French. There was a battle. They had to go to an island and get a group of people that they knew that beat those French before. And they brought those people over there that helped kick out the French. And the French had to evacuate. See, when you watch and listen and read certain forbidden books, you realize all the histories were lies. You realize the whole garbage they're saying in the Middle East or in Africa, none of those things match a historical record. What we are reading here, brethren, this is a historical record. That's right. It felt like this thing happened recently. It felt like a group of people left a desert land back in August 2021 and they left helicopters, they left guns and money. They just left in a hurry. What? Why? They didn't leave. They evacuated. What? Why? Why they didn't? Okay, this is badly print, brethren. Okay, I barely can read this, so I'm gonna do the best that I can. Je commençais à entendre la langue turque. Il me dit de me lever, je lui obéis. Il me prit par la main, me conduisait au bout de la chambre. Il ouvrit une porte opposée à celle par laquelle on entrait et prenant une lampe sur la table, nous entrâmes dans un souterrain et je fis plusieurs coffres rangés. Il les ouvrit. Il était plein d'or et des pierres de toutes espèces. He said, the old man starts speaking to him in Turkish. Again, brethren, we have to pay attention what they are saying. Well, they say Turkish. Okay, well, Turkish then. The old man said to get up. He obeyed. He got up. The old man say, come, follow me. He followed the old man. They went to a chamber and they went under another subterranean, another basement within a basement. They go, the pyramid, they go by oh boy, in French is called a tap, but oh boy, what is the word? Levels. They go by levels. They want another level and then they go below another level. He came to a room that is loaded with all sort of trays, some kind of chest, a bunch of chests right there. He opened two of them. They were loaded with gold and precious stones. When he opened those chests, those pirate, those pirate chests. When he opened them, they were loaded with gold and precious stones. Say all sort of precious stone, shining. Vous voyez mon fils, avec cela, on ne craint pas la pauvreté. Man, that was good. He said, you see, my son, with this, we have no fear of poverty. Do you know why he said this? Do you know why he said, when you open, he showed him the gold and the precious, he said, look, my son, with that, we have no fear of poverty. Why? Because poverty, brethren, or you want to believe it or not, is a spirit. Poverty it's a fear. Poverty it's something that attached to you. Poverty come with all sort of negative stuff. Poverty is very, very bad. He said, with this, we don't have to fear this. We don't have to fear being poor. Literally, he showed him thing worth billions of dollars. Said, with this, you will never fear being poor. Most of us, our fear is losing our home. We can't make ends paid. Cannot get a place. Some of us are homeless. We have the fear of poverty because we're poor. One of the main reasons the Gentiles control us and control our people is through poverty. Okay, when you're poor, there are certain education you cannot afford. Therefore, they box you out of the education. There are certain books you cannot afford. We are poor. We cannot afford a $4,000-$5,000 book, man, because poverty is upon us. We cannot afford to build our own city. We don't have the money for that. But if we had this type of wealth, we would never feel poverty, because poverty, the way poverty works, it works with all the negative stuff. In the poorest neighborhood, in the poorest country, you will see a bunch of trash, garbage, rubbish, because the garbage attract demons. Those countries don't have electricity like they have 24/7 here, because the darkness attract all those negative demons, negative beings. Those countries don't have clean drinking water. It's something they done by design to make it the home of demons, to make it the home of negative spirit. And the negative spirit, like a place that is dirty, there's murder, there's drugs, there's a poverty. Poverty is the base of negative spirit. If you're poor, you will have all sort of bad spirits on you. The moment you start getting clean your stuff, you clean your place, you're getting money, those things gonna stay away from you. Dr. Claude understands told you this. Those people use the black neighborhood as a dumping ground. That's where they dump their stuff. Not only they dump the guns, the drugs, and they dump their trash there because those are the things that keep you poor and keep that spirit, that demon on you that you're always in fear. Hustlers always hustling. They're in the street. I'm trying to survive. They always survive until they can't anymore. When you have wealth, true wealth, you don't have to survive. You're just alive. You don't have to stay alive. You're just living. That's why they said. He said, with this, you never have to fear poverty. Vous voyez, mon fils, qu'avec cela, on ne craint pas la pauvreté. Tout vous appartient. J'approche de la fin de ma carrière. Oh boy. Et je serai heureux de vous en laisser la possession. Oh man, this is beautiful. He said, look here, my son. All of this, you will not fear poverty. All of this are yours. I have reached the end of my career, and it will make me the happiest man to leave to you all my possession. He said, my son, look at this. With this, you don't have to fear poverty. I'm done. I live a good life. I have reached the end of my. He said, he didn't say I reached the end of my life. He said I reached the end of my career. Career, is that what that is? Career. Career. That means he was hired to do a job or he was doing something. I reached the end of my career, and it will bring me great joy for me to leave all those things for you. Ces trésors ne sont point le fruit de l'avarice et d'un sordide intérêt. J'ai le droit à la connaissance des sciences occultes qui me sont familières. Damn! He said those treasures. Siri, stop.
Okay, I found this on the web for He Said Does Treasure series stop. Check it out.
And anyway, he said those treasures was not acquired by avarice, or those are not blood money. I have acquired them by occult knowledge. Somebody divide the word avarice. I believe it's the same from French to English. He said, this money you see here wasn't getting, I didn't get it by avarice. I didn't get it through the wrong interest. This is not blood money. This is clean. Avarice is another word, greed. But I need the true meaning. You know what? Let me try to get this thing off of here. This freaking Siri thing is making me angry. So, this is not blood money. This is not, this money is not, another word, it's not dirty money. Avarice, okay? Extreme greed for wealth or material gains. Say, I didn't acquire this hatred with extreme greed. Or this is not blood money. This is not dirty money, baby. I had acquired this with the knowledge I have in me, which is the occult wisdom, which is the occult knowledge. Everything that you see here, I have used my head, my mind to get it. And I will teach you how you can do the same. Not only I will give you all this wealth, but I will give you something that is above all wealth. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. If I give you all this money, you may not be able to spend it all in one lifetime, but damn it, you could lose all of it and then you have no idea how to make it again. I will give you this money so you won't be worried and feared of poverty. Then I will give you the knowledge so you can just relax and learn more than me. My time here is done. I'm passing on the torch unto you. avarice, excessive or insatiable desire for wealth or gain, greediness, cupidity. That's 83 right there. Et la faveur qui m'a accordé le grand être de pénétrer les secrets de la nature. I will teach you the occult knowledge that I acquired this by the great being, the mighty one himself, that have given me permission to penetrate the secrets of nature. I will teach that unto you. Je puis encore commander à des êtres qui peuplent la terre et les airs et qu'ils ne sont pas visibles pour le commandant. Damn it. He said, I have the power to command some being that live in the air and the earth that the normal human being, the normal eyes cannot see, but I can see them. I can make you see them. I can make them subject unto you just like I made them subject unto me. I have power over those beings. Je vous aime, mon cher très fils. I love you, my dear son. J'ai reconnu en vous de la grandeur, candeur. Is that what that is? This thing is not even printed. But okay. Je reconnais en vous de la grandeur, de la franchise, l'amour et la vérité, et l'aptitude pour les sciences. Et avant que je veux que vous échiez, ce qui m'a coûté plus de 24 ans de recherche, de méditation et d'expérience. Damn! He said here, I love you, my son. I see in you great things. I see in you love, truth, aptitude. Somebody defined the word aptitude. They got it in French here. I'm pretty sure it's the same in English. Aptitude for the science. And I want you to succeed in what I'm going to teach you, because I see the grandeur, I see the grain, I see wisdom in you. It had cost me 24 hours, 24 years of studying, of researching, meditating, and experience to acquire this. We barely in year one in getting this knowledge. Barely in year one. He took this old man 24 years of researching, meditating to acquire this knowledge. Now, Brett, this is where it's beautiful. Pay attention. Excuse me. It took Franz Baldon 30 years to acquire the knowledge. We acquire this knowledge, so to speak, in less than 30 days. Aptitude, a natural ability to do something. He said, I see you have the natural, because he already run a background check on him. He said, I see you have the aptitude, you have the natural ability to learn this science, and I will teach it to you. It took me 24 years to learn it. Of 24 years of meditation, study, and research, and experimenting and experience. Aptitude, suitability, or fitness. He said, I see you're fit for this. That's why, brethren, the masters told us, the nation now, this group of people has arrived. We are fit to get this knowledge. You see, this is a story about us. This is symbolic. We're almost dead and we find a place, we get healed, and then now they are teaching us that is beyond your mind. This is very similar and parallel to what we are going through right now. La science des mages, le langage des hiéroglyphes sont perdus par les fautes des hommes. Say the language of the mages, the language of magic, the language of the symbol of the hieroglyphics are lost because of the fault of men. I will teach you today the language of the magic, and the meaning of the hieroglyphics. Seul j'en suis dépositaire. Je vous ferai ces précieuses confidences et nous lirons ensemble ces caractères tracés sur les pyramides qui ont fait le désespoir de tous les savants et devant lesquels ils ont parlé depuis plusieurs siècles. He said, I will teach you to decode all symbols, especially the one that are on the pyramids all over the world, the one that baffle scientists for centuries of centuries. You will know how you'll know how to read them in an instant. He said, I will show you. Stop. La foi en Dieu, l'espèce de ton prophétique prophétique avec lequel qu'il me fait parler, m'imposa et je prouverai le désir de le plus vif de connaître ce qu'il m'annonçait. Je lui dis dans la langage turc que je commençais à comprendre, à parler de la manière de me faire entendre. Ah, he said here, like, the faith in God, okay? This type of prophetic things that the old man is talking to him, he started to speaking Turkish with him because he said, I understand. He said, all of a sudden, he now understands everything the old man is telling him in Turkish, yet he doesn't speak it. Who on earth know how to speak a language in a few days? You already speak a completely unknown language. He heard him talking Turkish. Now, not only he understand it, he speak Turkish to him. Therefore, beloved brothers and sisters, the link has finally established. The telepathic link has been established. They only use telepathy with the people that have the ability to handle telepathy. If you use telepathy with somebody that don't know what it is, a profane person, one, you can kill this person. Two, that person will, it will not understand. Say, I hear voices in my head. The Illuminati try to get things in my head. They won't understand that. When people hear a word in their head, they go to the so-called therapist. What they say, you're schizophrenic. You have some mental issue. They do not understand telepathy. When they hear certain sounds, well, you have tinnitus or whatever. You got ringing in the ear. You're sick. Ease up, drug. Go and sit down. They don't know that unless you are aptitude toward this. If you have these things already built in you. In other words, if you are a Christ. Vos vœux seront remplis, me dit mon père adoptif. He said, your wish going to be fulfilled, said my adoptive father. That's what the old man said. The old man said, your wish going to be fulfilled. All your wish. All of it. Élevant ensuite une de ses mains vers la voûte du souterrain, il ajouta d'un ton solennel. Adorez mon fils. Adorez le très bon et le très grand Dieu des sages, et je vous et non guérissez jamais de ce qu'il vous a fait rencontrer un des enfants de la sagesse, pour vous associer à leur compagnie et vous faire participant des merveilles de Tout-Puissant. So he said, the old man take a few steps. He said, thank God. And then he raised his hand upon the ceiling. He said, worship my son. Worship the great and good God, the God, the Almighty that created the heaven and the earth. Respect unto him, the one that made the sage, the so-called the magician, the mage. He said, worship, bow down before him that allow you to get close to one of his own, to one of the wise, so you may learn these signs. Believe in faith. Without him, you can do hish. Worship my son. And I will show you how to participate on those marvelous things that have all powers in it. Après avoir acheté cette espèce d'invocation. It was an invocation, okay? It was an invocation. He evoked certain spirit, okay? Après avoir achevé cette espèce d'invocation, il me dit en me regardant, tels sont les principes dont vous devez être pénétrés tâchez de votre rendre digne de recevoir la lumière. L'heure de votre régénération est arrivée. Il me tiendra qu'à vous d'être une nouvelle créature. Holy shit. Damn. He said right here, right after he said this, he turned around, he said, those are the principles, those are the rules that you're going to follow, my son, in order for you to penetrate, to learn, to adapt, and become well, they say to become, how do they say this word in English again? Dean, to become worthy to receive the light. The hour of your generation, for the hour of your regeneration has arrived. It only depends on you to become a new creature. He said, technically said, by only worship the Most High God Almighty, by only going to Him, you will possess the knowledge. If you work of it, if you are of it, you will possess the knowledge, brethren, to penetrate those signs. Without the mighty one, you can do ish, you can do nothing. The hour for you to receive the light has come. You will become a new creature. That is why the one of us that have received the light, we are a new creature, man. Okay, Big Levi, you found the book. I'm late, gonna have to rewatch. Okay, yeah. We have become a new creatures, right? New creatures. Priez ardemment. Celui qui, somebody define the word ardently. Ardently. A-R-D-E-N-T-L-Y. Ardently. Priez ardemment. C'est lui qui seul a la puissance de créer des cœurs nouveaux et de vous en donnant un qui soit capable des grandes choses que je vous apprenne et me inspirer de vous rien taire des mystères. He said, my son, pray ardently. Ardently means very enthusiastically, passionately. He said, pray every day. Pray with your passion. Pray. Pray ardently. Because the only one that have all power, the Most High God Almighty. He emphasized, you see how he emphasized on the Most High God? He said, he's the only God that can give you the, you have to pray enthusiastically. You have to pray patiently. Everything that I'm going to teach you here, if you don't believe in the Almighty One, you don't pay him respect, you don't pray unto him, he ain't going to work for you. Priez, espérez, je loue la sagesse éternelle de ce. He said, pray and hope and worship the eternal wisdom that had put this knowledge in my soul to discover the truth, the ineffable truth, the ineffable, you know what, the unspeakable truth. Pray, my son. Have faith in this eternal wisdom that he can give you this knowledge so he can do as I'm going to show you. And you're going to be live happy heavily after, you know, just like this. Mon fils, s'il est à la bonté de mettre de vos âmes les dispositions que ce haut mystère demande de vous. He said, my son, if it is with the good of the, if it is his will, I will put in you the disposition of this high mystery, okay, of this high science in you. Vous allez apprendre à commander à toute la nature. You're going to learn how to command all nature. You're going to, literally, he said, you will submit the earth. I will show you how to submit the earth, the animal, nature, men, women. the storm, the spirits. I will show you how to submit them. How to submit them. Dieu seul sera votre maître. He said, only the Most High God will be your master. Besides that, you'll be master over all. Only God will be your master. After Mighty One, you are God. And I will teach you how to do this. The knowledge that I'm going to give you, demons, angel, beasts, men, women, nature, anything, they won't be able to surpass you. Only God will be your master. Besides that, everybody bow down unto you because of this knowledge you are about to receive. Et les sages seuls seront vos égaux. And he said, only the Most High God will be your master, and only the mages, only the Negroes that are in the circle that you at will be your equal. God will be your master only. And the only person that equal to you is a Negro that have your knowledge, the same knowledge that you have. Besides that, everybody, hey, everybody, bow down. Les suprêmes intelligences se feront gloire d'obtenir vos désirs. Les démons n'oseront se trouver où vous serez. C'est the supreme intelligences, the intelligences of the zone girdling the moon, the zone girdling the earth, the zone girdling Madim, all the intelligences, they will be happy to serve you. The demon will flee away from you. They won't be messing with you, okay? Let them know that they won't even dare, be in the same place that you are, okay? Vous trouvez où vous serez. Votre voix les fera trembler dans les puits de l'abîme. Your voice will make them shake in the boots when they are in the deep of the deep of hell. Even your voice, you will be so powerful. Even the other guy, the top dude that is downstairs, will be afraid of you. The moment you utter your voice, they hear you talking. You're not even talking about them. You're talking about food or something. They will shake and quake on their boots because they know who you are. Et tous les peuples invisibles qui habitent les 4 éléments estimeront heureux d'être les ministres de vos plaisirs. He said, and all the beings that habit the 4 elements will be happy to be a minister unto you. They will be happy to serve you. They will be happy to be your quote unquote, your voluntary worker. They will be happy to come up and say, sir, boss, do you have anything for me to do for you? Can I do? You need the house clean? Let me clean the house. You need whatever you need some gold. Here's some gold. You need the cue for this. They will be happy to serve you because serving you is serving the Mighty One. You know that, right? That's why certain demons they will always want to serve you because if they serve you, they felt like they serve the Most High God. They felt like they got a shot. They put a word for a Negro. I mean, I've been serving you. Put a word for a Negro. Okay? Je vous adore, grand Dieu, d'avoir couronné l'homme de tant de gloire et de l'avoir établi souverain monarque de tous les ouvrages de vos mains. He said, I give the Mighty One great glory for making men the king of earth, the king of all that is here. Besides the Most High, there's nothing greater than men. Why are you selling your soul to those things, man? Why are you buying down to those things? Why are you selling your brothers to those things? You are above them. They are beneath you. Whether they are demons or angel or whatever spirits, they are beneath you. After the Most High, it's you. The universe is the entire universe is a kingdom. The Most High is the king. You are the goddamn prince and princess. Stop lowering yourself to those spirits or whatever they are. You are greater than them. That's what it is. When the Most High leave this universe, go to another one, you become the Most High. And then you make other children that become the prince and princesses. You are above everything. I'm talking about certain people. I'm not talking about all of you. You know that. The mighty one is the king. You are the prince and the princesses. Everybody obey. Whatever you say out of your mouth, it's just, he has, that's the Most High say through you. Your word is the word of the mighty one. That's why you got to be very careful, man. You got to be very careful when you're out there. See, the people disrespect you. They don't have respect for us, for our nation, because they don't have respect for the Most High God Almighty. Because they have taken the credit. Everything is the elite. Everything is the elite. Bill Gates is doing this. They don't feel the Most High anymore. When they went to church, God is good. Always good, all the time. God is good. Oh, so good. Well, then put it there, man. Put it there. Put the, I don't know, put the whole wallet or whatever you have, put it there. People fear the Most High no more. They don't. Only our people bring the fear of the Holy One. Once the earth start fearing the Most High, they will fear us because we are, quote unquote, the Most High that is in the midst of them. And you have our own people discrediting the mighty one, saying, no, that's not the Most High, that's CERN and Up and stuff. Once they find out the Holy One is truly responsible for this, and we are his true children, everybody will bow their knee, because if they don't, we're going to break their knees. At least I am. Glory, glory to the mighty one for creating men right after his image and making men king over this earth and everything. Right after the Most High, we are the little Most Highs running around. Sentez-vous, mon fils, cette ambition héroïque qui est la critère certaine des enfants de la sagesse de dominer sur tout ce qui est point Dieu. He said, feel this, my son. Feel this. Feel this urge. He said, feel this, my son. Feel this urge. Feel this ambition, this heroic ambition, which is the criteria of the children of the light to dominate everything but the Most High. Listen, my son. This heroic ambition, this heroic feeling is coming from the children of the light that want to dominate everything except the mighty one. The Most High give you power to do whatever the hell you want to do. You're just afraid because you've been understood. You can do what you can. You can bring people back to life. You can make people know more. You can prolong your life. You can stop your life. You can go to anywhere. You can do whatever you wish, whatever you want. You can create other things, other beings, other stuff, whatever you can make. As long as you don't overstep your boundary, you don't toot your horn with the holy man. You don't do this. He said, feel this, my son, feel this heroic things that is coming from the child of wisdom, the child of the light. This is our destiny. This is how we are. We can dominate everything except for the mighty one. Avez-vous compris ce qu'est d'être un homme? Et ne vous repugnerait-il pas d'être esclave puisque vous êtes né pour être sauveur? Les choses qui peuvent être un obstacle à parvenir l'élévation pour laquelle vous êtes né. He said, do you understand me, my son? Do you understand that? Do you understand what is it to be a man, a child of the light? Do not become a slave of anything. You were born to be a king. You were born to be sovereign. You were born to rule over the earth, whether over the nature, fauna, flora, spirits, or whatever. You were born to be king. Do not ever become slave of anything. Become slave of money. Become slave of fleshly desire. Become slave of substance. Become slave of anything. Become slave of men. That's why the Most High brought us to the lowest form of anything. It's becoming slave of men. Therefore, if we become slave of men, we become slave of whatever men tell us to do. If men say you have to go to my school and learn my Hish and then do this, we become slave to that. If men say you are only allowed to have one wife, two men can be together, two women can be together, and then beat and kill the children, we become slave to this. If men say I am doing this, I'm rich, I'm the elite, and we repeat after those men. But the moment we stop doing this, we become sovereign, we become king, we become God upon this earth. That's what it is. So, do you understand what it means to be a man? Do you understand what it is to be a child of the light? You should not be slave to anything. You should use this knowledge that the Holy One gives you to dominate, to govern, and thrive upon this world. That's what he's saying. Il s'arrêta là et me regarde fixement comme attendant ma réponse ou comme cherchant à lui dans mon cœur. And then once he finished saying this, he looked at the young man. He gave him a fixed regard and he's waiting for an answer. He's looking at him. He said, I can feel this dude looking at the answer in my mind and in my heart. And then that said, beloved, we stop at page 12. And then we will move to page 13. We stop at page 12 for today. Give the mighty one great praise, great glory. Maybe tomorrow we will come back and finish that. Now you understand. Great glory, great praise. Give the Most High praise and glory. Okay. Give the Holy One praise and glory, brethren. Give the Holy One praise. Give him glory. You get a little knowledge. That's why anyone that fear anything, anybody that fear anything, the Most High is not dealing with you. If you fear the elite, you fear war, you fear nuclear, you fear nuclear, what they call this thing again? Nuclear winter, nuclear thing. You fear Putin, you fear war, you going off grid, your survival, you fear everything. The Mighty One is not dealing with you. The message here, beloved, the Mighty One has given you all the power to do everything. But the only way for you to access this power, you have to worship and praise Him. You have to come and bow down and beg for the knowledge. It will give it unto you. Now, will come up to you, up to your heart. If your heart is pure, brethren, all of us will at some way get this knowledge. If your heart is impure, this knowledge will destroy you. If your heart is pure, you will thrive. Do you know what that is? Do you know what that means to be a child of the Holy One? Do you know what that means to be a man? Do you know what that means when it says you were created in His own image? You are God walking this earth, yet you don't behave like that. You are kings, you are sovereign, yet you don't behave like that. You see, you try to acquire wealth the way the so-called Gentiles acquired it. But instead of you using the knowledge that He given unto you, you call it witchcraft. Instead of you studying other books to realize, wait a minute, this Egypt and stuff like that, those doesn't make any sense with those historical knowledge. You call them false. Somebody else. Give me a second. I took off my glasses. Are tattoos frowned upon? I'm not quite sure what that is. Like frowned upon. There are certain called. There are certain people that despise tattoo. I will not recommend people to get any tattoo because tattoos is not what you think it is. There's a specific way people get tattoos. Okay, as long as you don't get the tattoo to honor certain death or certain things. But I will never advise anyone to get any tattoos, even the pentacles. I will not advise this. Why? Because once you put, remember, your body is a temple, it's pure. Once you put something in you permanently, you cannot remove. Therefore, this thing become quote unquote your master. You are under these things. You see, a pentacle, you can remove it, you can throw it away. But the tattoo, they take 2, 3 to 5 years to be removed. Many of our brethren and sisters have tattoo. That's nothing. That doesn't mean you're going straight to hell. That's not what that is. But certain so-called tattoo can prevent you to do certain things because the symbolic or symbols that you put upon you mean something. If you put a tattoo of a pentacle onto you, certain people do that. They tattoo pentacle upon them. All right, that fellow, what's his name again? I forgot that guy name, but he's that dude that beefing with the Gentile. Um, uh, he's the Kyrie, whatever this guy. He had a pentacle, ivory. Yeah, he had a pentacle in his hand. Okay, now once you there are certain tattoo people have. Certain people have, for instance, scorpion upon them. They don't know what that means. You see, there are certain places you can't get into because these things that is on you is you cannot get into to this place because you will be black. You won't be able to enter. There will be a force field that will keep you from getting there. There are certain schematic that you get in your body. They meant something. There are certain places those things are banished from there. You cannot go there. For instance, people are putting all sort of stars around their neck and make it look good, and there are certain places you cannot go there. There are certain spiritual stuff you cannot perform because you are mocked. A lot of people do tattoo because they saw another person did it. They write certain names upon them. Do you know when you carry a piece of a piece of pentacle? See, this is if this is a symbol pentacle. If I carry this with me, there are certain things that will stay away from me because this has power. When you see somebody have a tattoo of a dog, you don't know what this dog means. You tattoo this dog upon you, then certain spirit are going to follow you. Certain things going to follow you. Remember, your skin is the biggest organ in your body. Don't mar it. Don't do anything to it. I was enticed to get tattoo ever since I was a little boy. But my grandmother, if they raise us, they say, in this family, we don't do that. We don't tattoo, we don't pierce. Because your body is extremely important. Certain things you don't write upon yourself. Thank you. They write books within your skin. Did you know the slave master, when a slave died, they will skin the slave and they will write the demon prayer in your skin because your skin is very effective. When people do tattoos on them, you don't know what you did. In our family, we are very strict, say no tattoos because they meant something. There's a video that I showed before, a little Haitian man. He was telling people about tattoo. He said, "Do you know what tattoo mean?" He said when he went to the spiritual realm, a demon came in. He was working for this demon. The demon tattooed him by biting his his arm. The demon put his mouth and then he bite him. And then when he put his teeth out, he had a tattoo of a scorpion or something. He said this means something. See, all tattoos, anything that you write has a meaning. You have to be careful, man. If you already have them, not don't what people have certain things, they become slave to this thing. Do you know there are certain people that are addicted to having tattoo? They become slave unto it. They keep having it all over their face, all over their body, even in their portal. I've seen some crazy hash. I'm like, what? Why would you do this? What is it? What? How is that? How is that arousing? So, tattoo, are they frowned upon? It depends. Certain job you cannot get them if you have tattoo. They will make you wear a long sleeve. Certain job they won't take you if you have tattoos upon you, because tattoo is an indication of you belonging to something. Do you belong to the Mosai, or you belong to certain gang? Are you belonging to, I don't know, the red color, the yellow color, the blue color? Are you belonging to those guys? What did the tattoo on your body says? That's why you're supposed to keep your body firm and holy. The same way you came out your mother's portal, that the same way you're going to the earth. Without nothing. You weren't born with anything. If you are born with a tattoo, good. But if you just wake up one day, you walk up to a tattoo shop, you say, let me see. Give me this one. This one look cool. Give me that one over there. Get one. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're putting over your body. I, Big Levi, will I encourage you to get a tattoo? No. What about the pentacle? It is always good to get a pentacle, but I will not recommend you to tattoo the pentacle upon you, because it become your master. You got something you cannot take off. Nothing should come your master. You make no pact with whether demons or angel. Everybody come bow down unto you. Yea, you can have certain symbolic things magically appear unto you and make them disappear anytime. Beloved, I'm not saying people to go repent for their tattoos or evil. However, I'll say this based on what I learned from the masters. None of them got tattoo. And of course, they know what it means. All right. Back then, our people did. You would not find in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s, a black person with a tattoo. Very rare. You won't find this. Tattoo become normalized with rap music. A bunch of dumbass rapper, they put out their tattoo, their face, have ice cream cone in their face, and then people like, whoa, this look cool. They went in and do it too. You should not bring your body. Yes, and slavery, that's what it is. You should not bring your body. You see, the only thing they bring are horses and cow. They would like put like a giant the iron and then put it in fire and then stick it in the cow's ass and stick it on the thing. Don't do that to you, man. Am I recommended? No, never recommend anything like this. If you have it, fine. Don't submit unto it. Taking it off, it's more painful to take those things off. It's more expensive, to take these things off. It's more expensive to get the tattoo off than to have it. If you have a tattoo on you, some people, there's a girl that I know, he had a tattoo of a boy that he met. He just tell her, hey, tattoo my name upon you. She did. And then the boy went away and she regretted it. If you have any tattoo on you, it can be removed magically. It is up to you to learn how to do. That's your quest. If you hate it, that's your quest to learn these signs and then make your skin new again. Magic can do anything. Some people tattoo all their body because it looks cool. I see bodybuilders. You're a bodybuilder, man. Your skin's supposed to be flawless, beautiful. They tattoo all sort of things to them. You cannot see the definition of the muscle. You can see anything. Don't do this, man. I'm doing this tattoo on honor of my mother. That's not how you honor your mother. You honor your mother the day that you were born. On your birthday, you say, if it wasn't for my mom that gave me birth, I wouldn't be here. Thank you, mighty one, for giving me this. On my birthday, I celebrate the birthday of my mother if she's no longer. The same go for your father. That's how you honor them. But you don't write anything permanently on you. You never make any decision permanently except bowing unto the Holy One. Remember, that's if you are in this lifestyle, brethren. If you're on an order, you do whatever you want or whatever. But when you're on this lifestyle, Negro, now you know better. Even if you tattoo this name upon you, you will because there are people that tattoo certain word of power upon them, they cannot get shot. If you shoot them, the bullet will bounce because there's something written on them permanently. Will I advise this? Some people, yeah, but I will not tell anyone as Grand Jaffa or Big Jaffa, the Grand Advisor, will never advise anything like that because I know in the future there are certain things that will block you from doing anything. But anyway, where you tell your children, don't put none of these things, don't go piercing all over the body and stuff like that. It's not those things are evil. However, if they are following after your step in the future, it will cause them problem. Okay. Do we have any more question, Brethren? Okay. Do we have any question before we close? We send you in peace. Oh boy, it's already 10 p.m. I'm not frowning upon anyone with tattoo or saying you're gonna go to hell or tattoos are forbidden and all that. The only forbidden tattoo if you do it in honor of the dead or you do it to honor the dead or honor a spirit. For instance, you come in and pack with a demon and the demon wants you to tattoo his sigil or his talisman or his pentacle upon you. You do that, you break the law. Any question, Brethren? You don't need to go ahead and do crazy thing. Teach your children that they are unique. If you have a tattoo like them, you become them just like them. You're unique, you're above them. When you go, that's what my mother always told me. My mother said, you don't need to be cool. You were born cool. When you were born, you had a you had a black shade on your eyes. The doctor, they had to take picture of you. The news were here. That's how cool you were born cool. You don't need to show people that you cool and stuff like that. You don't have to prove people doing stupid things to be cool. I never done any of this. And I will advise any young one out there, you don't need to do anything cool. People are, well, you need to smoke weed to be cool with me. I was born cool. I don't need to smoke weed to be cool and stuff. Ish, you put the thermometer upon me, we'll drop to zero. I'm so cool, I'm chill, I'm ice cold. I'm so cool. I went to the desert, it turned into the South Pole. I went to Death Valley, there's waterfall there. That's how cool I am. If you already have them, you have them, but don't get any more because they all mean something. There are certain places they will not let you in because you got something on you. You need to get rid of it. All right? Don't do anything backward, Virgin. Beloved, I say fast, pray, repent, repeat. Please join us tomorrow so we can finish this book. There's a lot in there. Thank you, beloved. Then again, that's the French version. They got the English version called the Black Pullet, but the French version you can get it from Sister Maya. She got 4 or 5 book left, and you can get them if you want. Since you can easily get them off the body, would you suggest what to do for those who want to return? Nothing. You already have it. It's the only thing you can do. You can get them off, but I will not advise you to get them off, but you can. What I would advise you, if you come in this knowledge, you will find way to take them off. You literally will find magical words. If you met one of those entities, you'll say, I don't want those tattoos on me. How can I remove it? Here's this. But you're gonna have faith for that. It's good now. It's good for you to have them. Then you will open your own shop and remove tattoo magically for a bunch of money. Yeah, I would say don't worry about tattoo, man. Hey, you got a tattoo in your ass. That's what happened, man. I was stupid and I got this thing. It is done. There's nothing I can do about this. Please do not go ahead out there and then boil hot water and pour over this tattoo and try to peel it off. That's not what that is. Don't do this. You already have this damn thing. You have it. That's it. Some people. I see some crazy tattoo women are having. I'm like, what? What is this? What? How how is that? How is that sexy? How is that sensual? You this is Medusa. Why you have Medusa down there with her with her mouth open? At well, if you want her mouth open, this is Medusa. What is this? I, that's sex? Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, don't mar. Your skin is beautiful, man. Okay, your skin is very sensitive. Your skin is very smooth. Is very nice. Leave it like this. See, when you put your hand upon someone, that person feel you. When you have a clothes upon you, you can feel when you put the clothes. Whatever the skin that is upon you, you can feel it. Can you imagine that something on you forever? You may not feel it, but something in your spirit can still feel this thing in you. That is why you don't get anything on you. You don't scar your body. You let the body the way it is, and then you moving on through life. Hey, I was stupid, didn't know any better. See this dude doing it, I do it too. I was in this gang. I wanted to honor this. My homie die and stuff like that. Those are stupid things that I've done. But now that I'm in this truth, I gotta keep on moving and studying and stuff like that. Well, the Bible says God did tattoos a sin. I don't know where people get this thing. Sin mean breaking God's law. If there's one thing the children of the light is famous and famously known for, notoriously known for, doing, not doing breaking the law. You have the ability right now to live forever. With this knowledge, you can. All we need, brethren, is one person. We have already spoke about astral travel or going to the spiritual realm. We have a couple of our brethren and sisters that had agreed. Once we made the proper preparation, we will let the nation know. We need to go over there. We need to go meet those beings. We need to go meet other things, other creation that the mighty one created, so we can get our knowledge from them. The so-called Gentiles, while some of them can't go there. They can't get the knowledge from those things. We can. Therefore, we need to do those things, beloved. Okay, fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever. Study, excuse me, to show thyself approve. Whatever a man soweth, that's what you will reap. We are students. We're just studying. Oops. So you got that little flask of thing over there. Little essence. Shalom. Shabbat shalom.